All right, so hello all. We start. 2 weeks ago we talked about the first 5 characteristics of trading like pro. And if you missed this lesson, you can go over it once again in our YouTube channel. So I'll just put the YouTube channel link here in the chat. It's there for you to review it. And in short, we said that a pro is making a living of the field of interest he is dealing with, in contrast to the amateur who is doing it only for fun and pleasure. And this major difference led us last lesson to understand that there is one conclusion. The pro is producing results consistently, while the amateur sometimes is doing better, sometimes is doing less. And I can tell you from my personal story that I was on the track of the amateur trader who is losing money consistently until I came to understand what is my way to financial success. I truly believe that anyone with standard intelligence and insistence can find his own way to become a pro, and that means one that can make a living from trading. So just to summarize the 5 characteristics we talked about last lesson, and we are going to go to the next 5 characteristics to have it all. After that, I'm going to talk about a very profound concept I call find the fool and trade against them, and this is something I think all of you are going to use in your trading. So so just stay tuned. So just to summarize, the pro, we said, and I'll just take the laser. All right, here it is. So the pro is acting in order to make money, in order to profit. He wants to profit. This is why he comes to work every day. The pleasure and fun is really on the secondary seat, and it's not the main reason he comes to trading. Now, second thing was the professional is choosing the field that fits him the best. That means the pro chooses the field that fits him the best, not only the one that he loves the most, or what he is doing the biggest buzz, or what everyone else is doing. He chooses his market, the appropriate time frame, the time in the day to trade. Each one of you need to choose what fits you the best, and you should consider your character, you should consider your lifestyle, your family, and so on. Third thing was the pro is coming prepared to the working day, and it's unthinkable that he won't do that. Think of a soccer player, and here the World Cup in soccer in Brazil is just around the corner. It's going to start tomorrow, and a soccer player won't go on the field if he hasn't done an appropriate warm-up before. A team won't come to a game without doing a very strict tactical preparation, and a trader won't come to a trading day without doing his preparation and homework. And the daily mail that you get every day is part of your preparation and homework to know what is going on in Wall Street, what to expect, what is going on in the economic calendar, what stocks are going, what earnings are going around, what are the hot stocks, what IPOs are going to start. And by the way, tomorrow, the 12th of June, we are going to have a couple of IPOs. Fourth thing is a professional is focusing on the process and not on the result, and this is something very, very important we said last lesson. The pro is always focusing on the process and not on the result. This is maybe the most profound insight for those who really want to succeed in this market. Most of the people are focusing on the result. You know it. The proof of the pudding is in the eating, they say. But but trade can succeed a trade can fail, a trader can succeed, a trader can fail. What is the bottom line, winner or loser? And we are all looking at the bottom line. It's a winner, it's a loser, it made me money, it took me money. But a result is only a result. A result does not produce a result. If you want to get results, you have to focus in the process and making the process better. This is a work that at the end mean to make better results. So it in the end of this process, all it meant is to get us to have a better results. Fifth thing, number 5, is the pro is executing his trading plan. And we said, and this is all just to summarize what we dealt with last lesson, we said that a pro is executing his working plan in 95% of the time. Now, of course, the aspiration is to reach 100% of the time. And more of that, in this 5% of the time that the pro does not executing his working plan, he assures that the damage that can be caused won't be too high or significant to his trading account. He knows the minute he deviates from his trading plan, there is more chance he is going to lose than win. This is why he wants to contain this damage. He doesn't want to give it too much room, too much space. Now, these were the first 5 characteristics in short, and that was just a reminder. We went much into depth into each of these characteristics last lesson, and now we are going to move on to the next 5. So number 6, the pro is documenting all his actions. The pro is documenting all his actions and performance. And this is very, very significant. You can't get better if you don't make the notes, measuring it, and then making statistics with this information. And again, we can go to the world of sport and see there examples to this process, to this spot I'm talking about. In professional sport, for example, the games are being filmed, and after that they are getting analyzed. The coach knows exactly on any player how much time he runs, how many of his passes are accurate, what is the percentage of passes that were inaccurate. Basketball coaches and basketball players know exactly the accuracy percentage from any spot in the court. They know exactly if a player is better from the left side or is he better from the right side of the court. As traders, we also need to document our actions and then analyzing them. Part of the documenting, it is managing a trading diary or a trading journal. All the actions we are doing should be documented. And I assume this is not the first time you are hearing about managing a trading journal, and yet most of you, I believe, and tell me if I'm wrong about it, most of you probably are not having a trading journal. You are not managing one. It's most important to have one. It's most important to manage such journal. This is your only way to get better. Now, I know from my personal process that I recognized many technical patterns, and I was able to improve my strategies as a result of the trading journal analysis. I was able to improve their accuracy and their profit margins. One of the things I'm teaching my traders is not only to have the standard trading journal, but also to take a photo to capture your screen. I'm capturing my screen twice. The first time immediately after I'm getting into a trade, because I want to freeze the scene, to freeze the situation I saw at the moment I entered a new trade. This is the real world we saw in real time, and I want to know how I looked at the market at the time I decided to get into a trade. And you know that taking a look back is much easier than looking forward. But I also want to capture the screen for the second time after the trade is over, and usually from a distance of time, much time after the trade is over. That means I'm taking the second photo a lot of time after it's over. So I'll be able to see from the distance of time when I went out from a trade and what did it do after that. That gives me a good understanding and a good view to know how I managed the trade. Was I able to take most of the money out of the table? Maybe from a distance of the time the stock made a much larger movement and I wasn't part of it. Maybe I left most of the money for other players, or maybe a spot I went out from a trade was more or less the maximum potential the trade had. These data will be much of help for us to get better and improve not just your trading skills, but also your intuition. Now, usually you're making an Excel spreadsheet, a very simple Excel spreadsheet to help you manage a trading journal, and you can find all over the internet such trading journals. So just take one and adjust it to your needs. I'm putting in my trading journal also a link to the screenshots I'm taking, so it will be much more easier for me afterwards to get and see these photos later when I analyze my trading at the end of each month. Then I can just take a look on all my losers and all my winners and try now to see the differences on the charts. Maybe certain technical patterns are better for us and other are not working for us. Maybe we are going to pinpoint an element of our trading we weren't aware of till now that can improve our trading results. The pro is all the time measuring himself, and just remember that when we are talking about trading, you have to treat it like a business. This is your business, and if you want to become a pro, you have to consider it as a business. Now, in this business of trading, we are both the worker, but we are also the manager. All right, and just think for yourself, if you don't have the results you wish to have, how you manage your business. All right, do you put time aside to manage this business? And part of the management of this business is trading journal. I have to tell you that I get to sit with traders that are struggling around, and a lot of time after managing a trading journal for 2 months, I suddenly show them that if they, let's say they have 2 strategies, they are implementing only 2 strategies in their trading plan. So I can show them that for example, strategy number 1, they have 50% accuracy, but they have 80% accuracy in this strategy in the first 30 minutes of trading. But after the first 30 minutes of trading, the accuracy is going down sharply to 30%. So that means they know how to implement this strategy number 1, but they should really focus on it in the first 30 minutes. This is when they know to extract money out of this strategy. After that, this is a failure and they should move to another strategy. For example, strategy number 2, and maybe strategy number 2, we are going to find that it's doing very, very bad for them in the first 30 minutes, but after 1 hour, for example, strategy number 2 is a bunker for them. Now, strategy number 2 is, giving them a lot of money after the first hour. So you are not going to have the sense for that by remembering your trade. No one is going to remember his trading. I have to get into the announcements to just remember what trades I took today. I don't remember that. I'm deleting it from my brain the minute after I close a trade. But the trading journal remembers everything, so it's a very, very practical tool. And you shouldn't relate to the trading journal as a burden. You should treat to that as part of your management tools. Now, the pro is also managing a psychological trading journal, and the psychological trading journal is not the technical actions. I'm not writing there all my figures as the regular trading journal, but I'm putting there my feelings. How I feel regarding the trade and regarding the market. How I feel about the environment of trading right now. Usually I'm talking to myself in the head while trading, and actually most of us are doing so. We are all talking to ourselves in the head while trading. So I just want to echo my thoughts into the psychological trading journal. Managing a psychological trading journal is very important, because one of the keys you have under your nose in order to improve your mentality is to be aware. Being aware to my feelings, being aware to my worries, and so on. So the psychological trading journal is helping me being aware, because once I put in the trading journal my feeling, I have to rethink it. I have to get it back in my mind from the start, and to leave it once again. And that is what bringing it from the subconscious to the conscious. All right. So trading journal and psychological trading journal. This is very, very important. This is the 6th element. Let's go on to the 7th element. The pro is not stop practicing and improving. All right. This may sound to you a little bit odd. After all, we are not athletes, we are not sportsmen here who need to keep ourselves in shape. Hopefully we do keep ourselves in shape, but why to be in shape for, why to go to the gym, why to go to a fitness center if I'm just a trader? But certainly we need to keep in shape our mentality, our focus. These are all muscles like any other muscle in the body. If you don't train them, their ability and functionality is going down. We need to understand that our ability to concentrate, for example, keeping our rational thinking and quality thinking for a long time is limited. We can't concentrate for a long time. All right. When we practice this ability, this ability is getting better. And when we are not practicing, this ability is getting rusty. The muscle is getting stronger when we practice it. And the same is with our analysis. We have consistently to analyze our statistics. Each month I'm sitting and analyzing my trading journal. I'm examining not only the month, but I'm making a comparison of the month with larger periods of time in the history in order to identify if there is a change in the trends of my strategies. Maybe the market is becoming something else that has influence on my strategies and making them to work a little bit different. Maybe they less fit to this kind of market. Maybe I should change to other strategies, or maybe I should adjust a little bit, make some kind of adjustments to my strategy. So we have to take the time at least once a month to make such an analysis and to draw conclusion out of it and get better. at the end, you know the phrase, if you are not stepping forward, if you are not going forward, you are going backwards. The world is moving consistently all the time. And if you are not going forward, you are going backwards. You can't avoid that. We all want to go forward. Absolutely. All right. Number 8. The pro is always focused in his strength. All right. The pro is always focused in his strengths. We all have strengths. We all have our weaknesses. And that's very, very natural. You know, no one is perfect. Even if you very, very want to be perfect, you can't be perfect. This is the world. It's imperfect world. So for a very long time in the market, I tried to cancel my weaknesses, but I got at a certain point to understand that I have my weaknesses, and that is I have my weaknesses that are relevant to the stock market, and there is nothing to do about it. This is part of my personality. This is part of my psychology. Beyond the capital market, we also have personal life, and I'm sure and I'm sure that it's not a good idea to cancel all our weak points. Take for example emotions. I'm not very sure anyone here in the room would like to be without emotions just so we will be able to trade like robots. All right? The right thing is to focus on our strengths and find strategies and action methods to neutralize our weak points. So I don't want to cancel my weak points. I want to find a way to neutralize my weak points, and there is a difference. That means that the things I'm less good at, I shouldn't do them. If, for example, I'm not good in statistics, I can use someone else to make all the statistical analysis for me. Or if I'm interested in robots and automatic trading, but I'm not a software programmer, there is no one reason in the world of studying it and invest time and money and a lot of effort in a thing that a professional programmer is going to do much better than me, because this is his job, this is his profession. If I want to build a robot, I will work with a professional programmer, which this is his profession, even if that costs me money. I will have now much more spare time to invest in building and analyzing other strategies, and much more time to analyze or improve my current strategies. The pro is using other professionals, because we don't know all. We can't know everything in the world. We are using other people for that. This is just like a sportman. A sportman is using a personal trainer. He's using a professional physiotherapist, and so on. There is no reason in the world we won't use other professionals. And in trading, it can be using analysts here in the trading room. It can be to find a good mentor. It can be anything that we think can put us on the track and improve our skills and capabilities. The professional is using technology for his usage. It's not just robots, but trading software that we all have, charts, more technological tools that can improve our capabilities. This is all part about focusing on our strengths and using others in our weaknesses. All right. Number 9, the pro will always take responsibility for his actions. The pro will always take responsibility for his actions. That's very important. One of the fastest ways, I think, to recognize if someone is a successful man in any field, not just in trading, or if he at least has the potential of becoming a successful man, is to see if he is taking responsibility on his own actions. This is a very important point, because A lot of things that are happening in the capital market are out of our hands. We can't control them. On part of them, we can influence a little bit, but at the end, we have a lot of factors that are out of our control, and we have to understand it and we have to accept it. We have nothing to do regarding it. If some trader around the globe, I don't know where, let's say someone in England, has just pressed in mistake on a trade with a larger quantity than he should, and as a result our stop got hit, there is nothing to do about it. We can be mad at it, we can scream on the screen, but there is nothing we can do about it. We take responsibility of what it is, but there is nothing we can do to change it. We take responsibility on what we can do. All the successful men I know in any field take responsibility on their actions. They almost never run to hide behind an excuse or putting the blame on other people. Let's move to number 10, final point. And this is the last point for those who want to succeed in the capital market as professionals. And this is consistency and resilience. And wow, resilience is a great word in English. Resilience is actually defined as an individual's ability to properly adapt to stress and adversity, difficulties. Most of the people that have success in any field, like business, sport, capital market, they all have failed at least once. They failed. They suffered from failures and disappointments before they got to their desirable results. Most successful businessmen didn't have success prior to that. No one is born an expert, no one is born a professional, no one is born a successful man. The question is whether we have the abilities and capabilities to have consistency and resilience to recover. Most successful investors I know personally have erased their trading account at least once along the way. I told you my story to Wall Street. I erased a $30,000 account at the first 5 minutes of trading, of my trading. All the successful investors I know of suffered from losses for 2 years on average, and all the frustration that come together with it. Only those who have the ability to fail and get up again, fail and get up again, only them have the chances to succeed. The resilience is a critical factor in order to become successful. And it's not that I think that if you erased your trading account, this is your entry ticket to the land of success. Absolutely not. But this is part of the price we need to pay along the way. One very important thing about it, you have to be aware it takes years to become a successful trader. I know all the ads that are running around the internet today of getting rich instantly, and in reality it doesn't work like that. You can absolutely get rich from trading, but you have to earn it, all right? You are not going to just you're not going from an airplane just to be parachuted to the top of the Himalaya, all right? You have to go there. You have to climb on the Himalaya, on any mountain, and trading is like a mountain. For a lawyer, it takes a couple of years to study laws, and then another couple of years to get reputation, and maybe you'll become a successful lawyer. It takes a couple of years of becoming a successful doctor, like in any field that at the end it rewards you for your efforts and for your skills and for your intelligence. Also in trading, it takes time. This is why your ability to raise your head after failures, after disappointments, Disappointments is so important. The ability to raise your head and keep going on the way. So here we are equipped with all the 10 characteristics of successful traders. I just want to end the first part of this presentation before we are getting to find the fool and trade against them. Just want to end the presentation with an English phrase saying that where there is a will, there is a way. And if you truly want to do something, you will find a way to do it, in spite of any obstacle in the way. If you have the will to succeed in trading, you will find the appropriate strategies. You will find the right market for you. You will find the right time frame, and eventually the right mentor to help and guide you in order to get to success. The basic and fundamental question is, do you have the will, and are you ready to pay the payment you need to pay in energies, in disappointments, in order to get to successful results? If you want to cut down a tree, you should invest most of your time, not in fighting in the stem, but sharpening the axe. This way you will need to spend much less energy and time in taking the tree down. When it comes to trading, there is a vast amount of free material all over the internet, and most of it is not of a high standard, and you don't know who is behind it. But finding the right mentor who already passed in this way towards success is like sharpening the axe. You will be able this way to reduce your learning cost and shorten the way to success. You won't need to go through all the mistakes that one person can do. Alright, in the end, you don't want to invent the wheel. Flash news. It's already there and it's working. You just need to find someone who knows how to operate the wheel, how to how to press the buttons, and to learn from it. Alright, so that was the presentation about 10 things. I just want, if there are any questions right now regarding this lesson, you are more than welcome to ask. Jason is asking if I can show the first 5 characteristics again. By the way, you can just email me. My email is at the bottom of any slide, so you can just email me and I'll email you back this presentation, no problem. shlomo@trader.co.uk. Alright, and I'm always willing to send the presentation or any other material you want. shlomo@trader.co.uk. Also train.com goes, the same one. Sanil is asking, what site do you use for earning news and the IPOs? This is out of this presentation, but I'm using a IPO Scoop. Okay, or you have also Renaissance Capital Market. You can use Renaissance Capital Markets, and also you have a great site on IPOs from the Nasdaq, Nasdaq.com. I'll just try to recall it. Nasdaq.com/markets/IPOs. This is another great site I'm using.